Hey everyone, Shared Small Pets here. So I'm here with Stitch. She just got cut down again by Gwen, but that's okay. She's used to it now. Um, but I'm here to do a bit of a different video. I've never tackled this topic before. It's something that just kind of more recently kind of came to light to me. And that's the topic of cruelty-free cosmetics. And a lot of you guys I know out there have been using them for a really long time, and I commend you for that. To be completely honest, I've always really enjoyed makeup, but I've never really given it a whole lot of thought. Mostly because you would assume that in this day and age, a brand like something like CoverGirl or Maybelline, some of the most well-known makeup brands in the world, you wouldn't expect them not to be cruelty-free, which that assumption is dangerous, of course. However, I am guilty of originally making that assumption. So, my best friend and I actually one day decided, just on a kind of a whim, we were like, well, what if it's not though? And so we looked it up and we were like, holy wow, almost every drugstore brand that is common, we found out wasn't cruelty free. Fortunately for her and I, most of our favorite brands were, but we made then and there we made the switch, the 100% switch over from cruelty free to cruelty free products, and it was an expensive switch. Don't get me wrong, but it was a worthwhile one for us. So I thought I would share some of the just examples of different products from the brands that I use now. And like, these are not the only ones. I also don't know, I'm not vegan, so I don't know what the difference between a cruelty-free brand and a strictly vegan one is. So don't get those two mixed up, because I'm not representing the vegan makeup so much, which is also a really awesome choice, but that's a different one to look into. But for cruelty-free, these are the brand, like, there's more than, obviously I didn't buy something from every cruelty-free brand, but these are the ones that I use, and I'll probably mention like the ones maybe I used before, so that you got kind of a common, or something that you can compare it to. Alright, so let's get going. Just a heads up, I don't really know which one to recommend for like foundations, either liquid or I don't know. I don't wear them. The only thing that I come close to is this. I wear Primed and Poreless pressed powder by Too Faced. So Too Faced is a great brand. I highly recommend them. I've got a palette of theirs as well, and I really, really like it. But this I wear on like days where I attempt to look a little fancier, but that's about the extent of that. So Too Faced is a good one you can trust. Bare Minerals, I like their blushes quite a lot. Their eyeshadows are nice too. I haven't actually tried any of them yet, but it's a process. But that's basically what it is. So Bare Minerals, and by attachment, the brand Buxom, which is owned by Bare Minerals. That would be one that I highly recommend for eyeshadow folks like myself. For me, eyes are my favorite thing, and my best friend, hers are lips. So I wish she was doing like an attachment video for this, because she's got way more experience with the lip portion of makeup. But the cool thing about Buxom is you can actually make your own palette. So that's just a little side note. Another awesome brand, one that I think a lot of folks know, is The Body Shop. This is just an example of one of their products. Any of their stuff, it's all cruelty free. They've been doing it, since before it was cool, so they've got it down. I'm not going to say a drugstore, but a non-designer brand that you can actually get. I don't know about the States, but for Canadians, you can go with Joe Fresh. This is actually their eye primer, and it's like $6, and I was really, really shocked, but it works really well. Is it on par with Nars? But that's actually one. Oh dear, do I not have? Oh yes, thank God. Okay, I was gonna say Nars has to have representation here. What are you doing, baby? You're fine. Come on. There you go. So Nars is another brand. Oh dear, focus. no, there we go, is another brand that I love using. Their eyeshadows, their blushes are nice. This is their concealer. It's the only stuff I'll probably ever wear now that I've used it once. I used to use Maybelline, the same look, had the brush. That's the only kind I like. But this stuff is way better. While it is way more expensive, you get more in it. So, I mean, another less expensive brand is Flower. I haven't really tried anything other than their eyeshadows. Oh, no, it's not true. Their lip pencils are nice too. But it's a non-expensive brand, and the colors do last. So, I mean, if cost effectiveness is important, then I would, like, you can't really go wrong with something like this. I think Canadians, we can get it at Walmart. Okay. The next person that's the next brand, it's cruelty free and is very, like, loud about it, which I appreciate, and she's vegan too, I think, is Kat Von D. So far I've used her liquid lipstick, her eyeshadows, and her liquid liner. I used to use the Stiletto eyeliner by like a drugstore brand, and this knocks this one right out of the park. And her stuff's actually not incredibly expensive. And her eyeshadows, I've never come across anything like these before in my life. They're the Metal Crush ones. There's a lot of different colors. They're fairly new, but they're big. You use almost nothing. They're so pigmented, and they last all day. Like, no problems, no primer needed. They're great. So you're not compromising quality to go cruelty free. Another brand that is cruelty free is Tarte, which I use literally like a little bit of everything of theirs. I love all their lip products. I love their my best friend likes the primer. Their finishing powder is really nice. This palette's phenomenal. It's the new one, the Energy Noir one. They're both the Lights Camera lashes and the Lights Camera flashes are both really good. I've got like really short blonde eyelashes, so I mean, trust me, I know what a good, like, I used to use Benefit, they're real, and then I found out Benefit wasn't cruelty free. That's basically what sent me into this spiral of going all the way cruelty free, because I was stunned. I thought that they would be, and so this quest for a new mascara turned into replacing all my makeup. But yeah, so Tarte's fantastic. I love all their stuff. They've got some wonderful quality blushes. This is what they look like right there. And then their eyelashes, or oh my goodness, their eyeshadows, you can't really beat them. But apparently you can keep me from opening it. Give me 1 second. You guys get to look at my living room. There it is. So that's like the type of eyeshadow that you will see me with. Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but those are examples of the brands that I'm currently using. Oh, there's another drugstore brand. It's called, from Europe. Dear goodness, I've got a couple things by them. Ah, yes, Gosh. I use their nail polish is cruelty free. That because nail polish is really hard. But yeah, so I use, they're not crazy expensive. You can get them at Shoppers Drug Mart. But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of options. I obviously haven't tried everything, but everything that I've shown you, I have tried. Obviously, I'm kind of invested in it, but and I'm not saying you have to go cruelty free, but if you're somebody like me, you've got guinea pigs. I think guinea pigs should only be pet. Like they're not supposed to be our guinea pigs anymore, especially not for something like makeup. That's ridiculous. Clearly, some of the best makeup I've ever used is cruelty free, so I mean, it's obviously not a necessity. And you know, I look at her and I think, there's no way. I look at her and I think, no way. That's where Gary's hanging out for a bit. We're building a CNC cage, by the way, just if you hear the water bottle. But yeah, so I hope that this kind of different video was okay, and I hope I didn't bumble it too badly. Like I said, I'm not pro at cosmetics by any means, but I just thought I'd show you guys because I've posted a couple things about it on Instagram and I thought, why not share it on the YouTube? Anyhow, hope you guys are all well. This is Sherwood Small Pets saying we'll see you all real soon. Take care, everyone.